What's good, y'all? It's your boy Mixtape Moth. First off, I want to say happy belated 50th birthday, hip hop. So 2023, it has been the year of lists, all done in preparation for hip hop turning half a century. And we know that Rolling Stones had put out some lists that were pretty bad, as well as Billboard. But now Complex decided to join on in on the compiling of bogus list making. And what makes this offense from Complex probably even worse is that they had the nerve to drop it on the actual birthday of hip hop. You know, the stakes are pretty high when you drop it on hip hop's 50th. You gotta come correct. But yeah, this list was so bad that even B. Dot of Rap Radar thought it was bad, which is saying something considering that B. Dot is considered the king of trash list making. Now, I'm not gonna go through and dissect each placement specifically, but I will talk about some. For starters, Ice Spice at number 50 is ridiculous and unforgivable. When did this young woman step on the scene? Was it last year? And she's already replacing certified rap legends and icons who have been dropping consistent albums since the 90s? Like, I wish the young girl the best. I really do. I'm not even trying to hate. But she has way too much work to put in before she should even be considered on this list. You know, maybe put her on a separate list for rising stars or, you know, something of that nature. But yeah, Ice Spice making this list is a complete joke. And then we see the legendary elite level lyricist Pharoah Monch at number 49, just one slot above Ice Spice. Insanely disrespectful, right? Belly Mel, who just put out a trash diss song to Eminem, but is still very much an icon, is at number 43, and that's a little higher than Billboard had him, I believe. It was good to see the late, great Sean Price at number 42, so I can't really hate on that. Now, Cool G Rap, number 30. Well, that's way too low. We have seen KGR constantly being disrespected by these lists all throughout the year. And it's a crime considering how impactful the cool genius of rap has been to this rap game. I mean, your favorite MCs consider him to be their favorite, but he's at number 30. Pop Smoke at 27 is high, respectfully. Look, I understand Pop Smoke's role in drill music, and I think he was a good artist, but 27... nah. However, I do think that he deserved to be on the list, you know, given drill music's dominance over the years, but possibly a spot in the 40s would have been more reasonable. Of course, Cardi B's name's gonna be here. I mean, I guess her at 25 isn't as bad as Cardi B in the top 15, which I believe she was on one of the lists we saw earlier this year. I do like seeing Killer Cam at number 17. You know, Dipset has fallen out of many folks' good graces after that tragic, terrible versus performance. But let's not act like Cameron, you know, wasn't an influential and dope MC all this time. I feel the late Prodigy at number 11 is good. R.I.P. P, Banana Clip P. Nicki Minaj is 7. Like, I understand she sold a bunch of records and she's a great female MC, but I feel at the same time these publications have been extremely generous to Nicki to rank her above the many great female rappers who paved the way. I mean, it's not like Nicki's been dropping albums recently with much consistency either. So this top 10, it's not awful and kind of expected, but I would not have included Nicki Minaj. However, I take her over Cardi B for sure. Rakim at 4 and LL at 5 is a decent enough placement, although I would have had Rakim much higher since he is like the original GOAT. Jay-Z at number 1 is just so expected and predictable, but I'm not super mad at the pick. I'd obviously go with Nas, like, you know this, but Hov is one of the best, so it is hard to dispute it. So now I'm going to get to the part where I ask, well, who should have been on this list that was snubbed? So the first person that comes to mind for me is Joey Badass, especially considering the Complex is so big into artist impact. Because Joey Badass was very instrumental in helping to bring lyricism and traditional elements of New York hip hop back for his generation ever since the 2010s. And the next person for me will be Rock Marciano. Yes, he's from New York City. He's not from upstate New York. Rock Marcy could really be looked at as like the godfather of modern day underground rap. His 2010 era releases impacted much of the reemergence of traditional rap that we saw during the late 2010s and going into the 2020s. And I don't think that I'm jumping out the window by saying that without Rock Marcy and Joey Badass, Griselda would have had a much tougher time flourishing. There was also no AZ on this list, which was pretty depressing. AZ has been a staple and consistent artist in New York hip hop since Do or Die, since the Firm era. So that's why he wasn't acknowledged. There was no Styles P either. And Styles P is as unsung and as consistent as they come. His gritty bars really embody, what it means to be a New York MC. There was also no love shown for De La members, as well as members of MOP. No love for Sticky Fingers. No love for Phife Dawg, but they did include Q-Tip, thankfully. No love for Buckshot, who birthed the boot camp era movement. No love for Eric Sermon, which is a bit wild considering, his solo success of the 90s and into the 2000s, as well as his EPMD material. Where was Tragedy Gaddafi? I mean, the man was the blueprint for Queens rap. I guess I wasn't surprised that Cormega wasn't included, but still, yeah. No no Guru Gangstar, no OC, no Lloyd Banks, no Talib Kweli. Yeah, at the end of the day, really trash list from Complex and probably the worst one out of all of these publications yet. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. It's your boy Mixtape Moth. I'm signing out, but be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. As always, it's peace and blessings. I'm out.